Namaskar, welcome back guys in Chef's Corner. Today is a video about discussion about looking ahead of things and about expectations. We're going to take a look at an upcoming MMO that is going to be released on West, basically North America and Europe very soon. Joining on the panel, we have Titus Fynn with us. Welcome.
Hello, guys.
Yeah. So the game we're going to talk about and see because the devs, the publishing company, they did a AMA yesterday, so we got a couple of details to actually get this to work on. So uh, let's see. This franchise basically is quite old if you want to say it that way because it's been there for quite a while, but this comes from China. This the first game known as Gujian. If you are going to search on Steam, let me show you the Steam page of Gujian. There we go. That's the Steam page of Gujian. The full name of this series is known as Gujian Quitian Qinjin Jianpo Jin Hezai, or in English, this will be The Tale of Ancient Swords, the story of a Gu Queen and an ancient sword. This is the first game in this installment. Uh, Basically, a 3D RPG developed by Oregon with the Gamebryo engine. Yeah, you heard that right. And published by GameBar. This game originally was released on China in July 10th, 2010 for Windows. Xbox version was announced on 2014, and you can see on Steam. We are basically in India and we can access this, so there's no issue there. Probably the rest of the world can as well, but if you cannot, actually let us know in the comment section, since we do not know if anyone from the West can access the game. So that's that. Basically, the game settings, the entire world lore settings is in mythological folklore, ancient China. This game was a bit of a hit, and it actually was made into Chinese drama. There was this TV series as well, Source of Legends, that was starred by some Chinese famous actors apparently. Uh, a novel adaptation was done and published in August 2012, and in 2014 the television series was done. Then came the second phase of the game, the second installment, Gujian Quitian 2. This game, however, was released on around uh, August 18, 2013. As you can see on Steam, this is the same. The date was released on China for Windows. Uh, this game's full English name is The Tale of Ancient Swords Staring at the Blue Sky After a Long Night. Same developer, they used this time the Vision engine and published by the same publisher. Uh, Then this one as well was made a film adaptation titled Legend of the Ancient Swords and produced by Alibaba Pictures. And also a drama series was also done, which aired in July 2018. Now comes the third installment of the game, Kushan 3. This installment was done, released in, you can see, 12 December 2018 for Windows. This is also a 3D RPG, so basically the similar genre, all of them. Yeah, so The Oregon is basically a subsidiary of Wang Yuan Shengtan, as you can see, and the MMORPG that is we're going to talk about, basically, uh, which is Swords of Legends Online or Goshan Online, is developed by them and published in the West by Gameforge. You can see we are taking a look at the Gameforge's main uh, website page where you can pre-order the game itself. Of course, the game is also released on Steam and apparently also in Epic Games. Although I personally could not find it, I don't know why, but I could not find it on the Epic Games Store. Maybe you guys can find. Let me know in the comment section below if you can. So, uh, that is. Would you want to talk about the pre-order stuff? The,
Yeah. So starting from if you see base game, we'll start from the base game. We have $40
yeah,
base game. So this only includes the base game and the pre-order bonus. You need to keep in mind that the pre-order bonus is are same for all of them, except there is one additional stuff in the maximum packet, that is the uh, middle one, that is $1,900 pre-order. It has a extra item, that is four extra beta keys you will be getting with this package. Okay, the second one is one extra beta key,
and third one
uh,
has none.
and the lowest one has none. Okay, so we have 39.99 dollars, then we have $59.99, and we have $99.99. Okay, so the second one, which is the deluxe. Okay, so $59.99 includes the weapon skins for every classes. Okay, and an outfit, a golden outfit, and the base game. Huh. The 99 $99 include the weapon packages, an assassin outfit, premium wings, okay, a flying mount basically, the golden outfit also, and we have an housing bundle. Okay,
Which comes
just
along with a lot of its preset assets that
yeah, preset asset comes along with it, that you can build it yourself or tweak it whatever you want, and the base game included.
yeah.
Okay.
Now another thing that these pre-order bonuses in the second and third pre-order that gives the extra beta keys, as it is written here, you can only get the beta key if you purchase through the Gameforge official website. For Steam and Epic Games Store as well, you do not get these beta keys. Basically, when you are purchasing, the moment your order is through, these keys will be sent to you in your email ID that you are using to register in the Gameforge official account. But if you buy from the other two sources, you will not get this. And a disclaimer that this game is currently PC only. The console do not have this game anytime right now. Maybe in the future, of course, but not right now. All right. Then let's take a look at the Steam page as well.
Yes.
This is the Steam page. So, let us see if we can show you the. Uh, have they? Okay, it's not in this one, but we are going to show you the. We're going to get into the roadmap in a little while, but you can see at least in the converted rate on our currency. But we'll actually let's get into the bundle info, the collector's bundle, which is the highest edition, the 99.99 USD bundle. Let's actually go there, so we can show you the collector's edition uh, stuff. So yeah,
So this is the assassin outfit you'll be getting with the collector edition.
both for both genders. These are not gender like one gender. You are going to get both genders
Yeah, it's not gender locked. Yes. This is the wing, the flying mount you get with the collector edition, and the golden outfit. As you can see, the
from the deluxe edition,
yeah,
as well as the golden weapons and that hairstyle as well. This is the housing.
yeah,
Yeah,
housing bundle.
yeah. So there's the Steam page basically. If you guys want to buy from the Steam page, just keep in mind that you will not get any the four additional beta keys for your friends or whoever you want to get them during the beta phase. Another thing to note that all these items that you are going to get through the deluxe bundle and the collector's bundle, you can use them in all of your characters if you want.
On the
There
same
will
account.
on the same account, yeah. There will be all of these are account locked, not character locked. All right. So now we're going to take a look at the roadmap. So guys, this is the mm, roadmap they had showed us yesterday. That is gone.
Yes. So we had the announcement of the game on 7th April. This is for everybody, and we'll be starting with the alpha stage next week. Basically, it is basically targeted towards the content creators, YouTubers, and it's gonna take around approximate of 2 weeks of time.
Disclaimer here.
Yeah.
Uh, Although it says that media and content creators for the alpha stage, this has been confirmed by the Game Coach team that not all the like there is a platform the for I will be putting the link in the descriptions below where you can you apply on the partnership program for the content creators if you want, if you or if you have not already done that. But even if all of them get accepted, even let's say for example you applied and you got accepted, you will be granted access during the beta phase, but whether you will be granted access for the alpha phase or not is very much debatable, as they have said that they have very limited amount of spots for that, and not every content creator who are partnered with them will get a chance to get into the alpha stage. So do not mind if you do not get into the alpha stage. All right.
Yeah. So post alpha, we have the closed beta phase that is divided into two sections. We have the closed beta one and the closed beta two. So for the closed beta one, we have it will take around 3 to 4 weeks. It does say a couple of weeks, but the devs have confirmed that it can extend, it can lessen the time also, depending on how much work they have. Okay, and this is for anybody who has pre-ordered the game, or anybody who have the beta keys who can play in this two phases. Okay, and even though the duration says a few days, it can again debatable, and depending on how much work
Testing
is
to be done and
yeah testing to be done. Then we have the closed beta 2, which is again around 1 to 2 weeks. Again,
yeah.
it can
Another
take.
disclaimer, another
Yeah,
disclaimer that for pre-orders, reorders of whichever platform you pre-order, you will be able to get into the beta. Even if you like pre-order from Steam, it will allow you to download the client and through Steam and get into the beta. But if you are going to use the keys, you will only be able to use them on the GameFlow client. So if you get the keys from any giveaway, there's an official giveaway also going on. I'll put that link on the description below as well, or through any other content creator who will get them through their platform and maybe give away them. I know a couple of them will be doing that. So those will those keys will only be able to put in the Gameforge client or through their website. So when you get that, you will be able to download the. You can basically download the Gameforge client already, but there's no point on that. But you can download the client and enter the beta testing phase through that client. Yeah,
Yeah. So once the beta testing is over, okay, now here is a little bit of info on that. So once the closed beta 2 is ended, okay, all the progress made so far by the testing players or any guys, any people who are playing during this phase, they will be wiped out. All the work they have done, they will be wiped out. They will be having a clean slate, huh? And then we will move to the next phase, which is the name reservation and character creation phase. Again, this is only for people who have pre-ordered the games. They have basically what you can say, a bonus where they can reserve you can go in,
basically a
log in.
pre-order perk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, perk where you can create your character. You can name the character and reserve that name when the after till the launch. Okay, so after the name reservation, we have the release. It's says summer, but the guys have entered that it will be mostly latter half of the May and June-ish, right, Oren?
possibly. Like I'm taking a more of a letter of a June uh, as a time gate because there's a couple of stuff to do and all this testing, so it'll take a bit of time.
Yeah,
But yeah. Also, another thing that during the character creation part, if you are granted access in alpha or beta, you can take your time to create a character and save that file. And when you get into the name reservation and character creation phase, you can simply use that file to get your preset, the character you have made before. So you do not really have to like get a big headache on that if you do play during the beta phases. But
yeah, but yeah,
yeah, there's
but
also
everything
another
else,
thing that whoever plays in the beta phase will probably play for testing purpose, so they might not really get into the character creation that much. That is also so that depends upon how you do it. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
So,
So
so this is
that's
basically
yeah.
the this is basically the roadmap we have currently. Okay, so far, until unless we get more information, no, this will be the roadmap current for
Yeah.
foreseeable
There
future.
will be other many other future streams from the devs as well. The basically publishing Gameforge, not exactly devs, but yeah. Uh, so they will also have a. They will give a lot of information. We'll try to hold on as much information as we can and showcase to you. Otherwise, you can also take a look at their live streams. Of course, that's the best way. But of course, we'll also bring you latest informations. So now, let's head towards the next segment, right?
Yeah, no, yes,
All right, guys. Now, let's talk about how this video is going to be segregated. Basically, you guys want to hear about info, right? So first, we're going to talk about the classes that we have been shown. We'll show the class trailers. We'll show the skill pages, basically the translated skill pages that they have shown in yesterday's AMA. Also, we will be showing the classes also have special skills, so that's that. So those are basically in the class segment. Then we'll get into the character creation segment, where we'll show different sliders that are there in the game, the basically the translated version, what is there in the sliders and all that. What are the options to choose from for your hair, for your eyes, how many options are there, all those you will be seeing. We'll also get into the cash shop areas in the what is in the cash shop in the next after that. Uh, and then we're going to be seeing, uh, or rather talk about what the players who have been playing for all this time in the Chinese and Taiwan server, what they have discovered, what they have given us, what info they have given us. We'll be discussing about that, and lastly, we'll be ending with our expectations of this game. So, with that ahead, let's get into the first class showcase. All right, guys. So this you just saw the Spearmaster reveal trailer. That was the So right now we're at the skill page of the Spearmaster that is shown to us, the translated. Now there's a disclaimer that all the names that are being shown, all the tooltip and names, they
Yeah,
can be,
they're
yeah,
yeah, they're subject to change. Yeah.
localization is not confirmed yet, and you'll see a couple of funny names and stuff throughout the video. So yeah, let's get that started.
Okay, so here, as you can see, here we have the melee. So Spear Master, every class has two specialization. For Spear Master, we have a melee DPS, okay, and we have a tank, okay. So the melee DPS is a general, okay, and it's a close-range fighter with a lot of utility on AOE, aggro skill, and AOE damage.
Not exactly AoE, but like
Yeah, but it's kind of
well,
there in a
the
certain area
yeah.
it can affect. Okay, so that is the melee DPS, and its basic weapon is a spear, as you can by the name only.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. So for phalanx, we have so you can switch any of the spec as
At
long
any
as you
time.
are out.
Yeah,
Yeah, at any time as long as you are out of combat. Okay, so you can switch to tank phase, you can switch to DPS phase. Another thing we found out that it is about the gears. Okay, so they have hinted that gears for both DPS or tank, they have both separate gears, but you can use the DPS gear on the tank, but they will not be as effective as on the
less
tank.
efficient in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah,
So tank have more durability. They have a very at a grade wide protection skill, you can say.
yeah.
Uh,
Although for like this one for this guy, it's a little bit like he's not as mobile as the other tanks, but he's a little bit standing. Like one-on-one tanking is more on his specialty.
yeah, it's a bit slow if you compare to other tanks in the roster. Okay, Oren,
Yeah.
anything you want to add?
Yeah, the other, before we go into the class special skill, there's a disclaimer that I'd like to put here that is applicable for all classes and races. First of all, the classes are not gender locked. So, like these classes that we are going to get, we're basically getting six classes, and this is the first one that we're showing. These are not gender locked, and these are you can switch to adult male body type and an adult female body type. We're going to get into that during the customization part. Uh, Another thing that we will after we are done, we'll be going to talk a little bit about the upcoming classes just later. And finally, one thing that the players have confirmed, much thanks to the players, that this guys that they have confirmed. The gears, you can make presets with the gears in your inside the game. So while you switch your specs from TPS to tank, you can also switch your spec, your gear set from DPS to tank gear set, as long as you are out of combat. So much thanks to those guys. We'll of course going to show you those stuff that the players have, or rather talk about those stuff that the players have talked. But this was very much relevant here.
Yeah.
So let's go to our next.
Resource, the Spear Master resource.
Yeah, we're going to show the resource. And guys, these are the class resources. Every class has their own resources for the classes to work, and Titus is going to explain to that. But before that, I want to put a minor apology that we cannot actually show the classes into action right now. We'll do that during the beta phase. I will be doing testing videos for each classes individually. So we'll do that then. But right now we cannot show this. If you want to see the classes in action, you can go to Gameforge's official YouTube page or their Twitch page and see the yesterday's VOD, or you can search in YouTube as well. There's a lot of people, or in Twitch official stream, the Twitch stream tag. There's a lot of people who are playing in the CN server or Taiwan server who are playing these classes right now, and they can definitely explain how the classes work very well. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is the class resource skill where you perform the basic attack to get the spears. You can see above that icon. Okay, so you get the basic attack and get the spears. Then you perform a specific skill. Uh, so Black Dragon Cleaver. You perform the specific skills to get more upgraded seals. Uh, for more upgraded spear seals. Then you can perform other attacks which can give you a certain duration. So you will be in a certain state where there is a duration which will use those spears you have already acquired. Huh. Once the duration is finished, you will get out of the state, and it can also other duration corresponding effects that can be performed based on the resources you gather. Okay, so as you can see here, there are we have this. For example, this is the ultimate. From what I can get is fearless. Perform action for the fearless status. Okay, it will basically give you a status duration during the display, but according to what it actually does, you have to go to their official stream page to get the corresponding information on the what is the actual skill, what is the actual ultimate skill does.
Yeah, that or through the other content creators who are actually playing right now. Uh, let's get to the next part, which is you see
Yeah,
this cute little guy.
yeah. So this is the Spear Master's class specific skill. So every classes has their own specific skill which does a certain actions. For Spear Master, we have
Let me
party
show that.
wide.
Yeah,
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 it's called Heaven's Fortune, which is basically a party wide repair
and
ability.
like
So you can
trash selling. Yeah,
yeah, so you can sell your items there. You can buy medicines and pots, healing items
there.
there.
Yeah,
Okay, you can buy healing items, runes, stuffs, and you can
I
also repair.
believe those are revival runes or something like that, like a
Yeah.
piece.
So all and so you can repair your gear through this, and it will affect everyone who is parted with the who is in party with the Spear Master.
Right.
So this is Heaven's Fortune. This is the classification skill of Spear
Yeah,
Master.
stop. So we have told you the information we have on Spear Master right now. we will now get to uh, the forum page where players have shown us the Spearmaster class specific outfits and weapons. Alright, guys, much thanks to Ayia, who has been doing this, making this forum pages for us to check the gear sets, the weapon skills, and a lot of other helpful guides and stuff for players. Much thanks to her. Right now we're at the Spearmaster page, and you can see the gear sets of Spearmaster. These are the female and male combinations, as you can see here. I'm going to just show them one by one, and you can see how good they look. Like this outfit is really good, right? And the black Spearmaster that certain gear sets also look like they are basically the beginner sets which they probably are. We already have a couple of sets that we are very much favorite to wear, that are very good looking, some are very cool, but let's get into the review. So, Spear Master Spear is basically a two-headed spear. I think that's what it's called, Dennis? Two-headed spear?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a dual spear, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, dual halberd spear.
Certain designs do look like a halberd.
Yeah, certain design looks like a halberd. Yeah, that doesn't that
Yeah,
looks like a halberd. Yeah.
yeah. And this looks like I for me this one is like a icy blue-ish thing. This is like an angelic theme. This is like a fallen angelic
And
theme.
this is the cosmetic skin that you will be getting with the deluxe edition.
Yeah, this one, right?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Uh, then finally the greatest skin there is.
Dango skin.
That's the best skin there is. And this reminds me of a twin blade, basically from another game we used to play. Right. So that was the Spearmaster showcase. Let us head into our next class, which is Berserker, the other tank melee DPS specific class.
Yes. So this is basically the stuff I'm using. DPS. Yeah. So let's start with Drunken Master. As you can see, it's as the name suggests, you basically uh, yeah, drink a lot and fight. Okay, and Berserker has very high mobility in the Drunken Master spec, uh, much more than, yeah, yeah, even in tank specs, they have very high mobility, much more mobility than Spear Master. Okay, so they can basically they have a very good gap closer, and they have evasion tactics also, where you basically drink a booze and you ride on your sword.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
that was very cool. That's like,
yeah,
yeah,
so you basically surf on your sword, and then we have and Berserker is yeah, Berserker is more of a more beefy tank in my perspective than Spearmaster, as hinted by many of the players that is playing currently in other servers.
yeah.
And Slayer is the DPS form of the Berserker, where you have basically increase in damage and increase in mobility.
Yeah.
Okay, it basically it you lose the tanking abilities and negate the DPS abilities.
Still not completely, because even in DPS
Yeah,
mode, it's
even in DPS form, you can still use the skill, the aggro generation skill. You can still use that. There will be few skills that is common between both specialization for all the classes. There will be 4 to 5 skills that will be common between both of them, which you can use in either DPS spec or in tank spec.
and you can already see some of them. For example, the survival skill, support skill, the interrupt skill, control skill, dodge skill. These are common among almost all the classes. The things that will change is for the tanks. You have the aggro skills. For mm, DPS, it will be the damage skills, and for healer, there will be healing skills and stuff like that, or support
Yeah,
skills. The collect resources, as you can see here on the side, there's also a group buff and charge chain status, which we use. This chain status skill is also something that is common to all the classes. You just need to use that skill for the certain amount of, it will take a certain amount of time. I think, what is it, 10
10
sec
seconds.
10 second,
Yeah,
yeah,
10 seconds.
10 second,
So
and yeah,
yeah, so it will take around 10 seconds out of combat to change your classes, change your specializations
yeah,
to from DPS to tank, or from DPS to other specialization to other classes.
the classes.
Okay, so but in the middle we have the common skills. On the other side we have the drunken master skills, and on the left side we have the slayer skills.
Yeah. So no, and on the absolute left side, you can see the light attack skills, and then the talent that basically passes to the skill tree. Uh, we'll get into that in a little bit. But right now, that is about the Drunken Master, and since they have not shown the Slayer skill tree, we cannot really showcase that. But we can showcase you what is the special skill for these guys.
Yeah, berserker.
So let's get that.
Yeah.
Uh, the special skill is called Wolf
Wolf.
Journey.
Yeah. Basically become a dogo and run around with your sword in your mouth.
Yeah, you can see the sword on the right side. That is, that black thing is the sword, and
Yeah.
you
So
can, yeah,
yeah, and the most prominent thing about this is anyone in your party.
you
Uh,
don't have to be in party. Don't have to be
uh,
in party.
No, but they hinted that you have to be in party.
No,
It was,
what they showed was
yeah,
that
but
you can
yeah,
invite
yeah,
them.
yeah. You can invite a person to ride on your back. Okay, and it is neutral, uh,
Gender neutral.
gender neutral. So male or female doesn't matter. Anyone, as long as you give them the permission, then they
Yeah.
can ride on your back, and you can do your lightness skill, the jump, triple jump, double jump. All the things is available.
Not exactly in that way. More like
Yeah,
your that skill actually buffs the wolf, so that the wolf
so
can perform those
yeah,
jumps.
so we can you have a speed boost
Yeah,
while in the wolf form, and
a
the
skill
rider
that
can, yeah, rider can a skill that enables the rider to get off
yeah.
from your
So you
back.
cannot become a suicide taxi. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Also, this sword actually does damage. For example, if you go through an enemy, a couple of enemies that are standing, and if you go through them with this sword, this actually deals good damage on that. Uh, and is there anything I'm missing?
No.
Yeah. There's one thing though that is not really relevant right now, but one of the classes that will be upcoming, which does not have any adult body format,
Mm,
she cannot write this word. Uh,
yeah.
this has been tested in the CN server, and we'll talk about that class once we are done with all these classes. We'll touch that class and the other two upcoming classes that will come later, quite a lot later after this. So this was Berserker, and now
Yeah.
on the list we have Spell Sword, Titus favorite class, and Berserker is my favorite class. Other
Yeah.
than yeah,
I'm going for spell sword.
yeah. So let's go and see Spell Sword's trailer.
Okay, hello guys, and now we have the spell sword class, which is a pure DPS class.
And
It
that's
is,
how it is unique from other classes.
yeah. So it has also has two specs, but in here we have a melee DPS and we have a range DPS. Okay, so the range DPS, we have a sword artist where you can fire spells from as far as 20 meters from the target.
Which is
Okay,
shown in their stream. It can be more
yeah,
than that. We cannot attest to that yet. I mean, we cannot, as we have not tested that class yet, but it can be more than that.
yeah. No, and we have Blade Storm, which is a melee DPS, which has a range of below 5 meters.
Yeah,
Uh, and it the spell sword has a very high mobility, and it also has a in battle teleportation skills, which basically in
which you, I
the
think you
direct
can see this. Wait, I think you
cloud
can
step.
see. No, cloud step is the cloud
Yeah, yeah. Mm,
steps. Is that the year one? Okay, this is the yeah the norm the only cloud step. This one, yeah,
yeah.
you're right. That one. So what it does is that when you are moving at a certain direction, this happens. So,
So,
yeah,
yeah, a sword will appear in the direction you move, and you can press the key again to move to the location of the sword in
right.
started animation. So, if you are moving backwards, the sword will appear behind you. If the moving forward, it will appear forward.
Whichever
If you're moving
direction,
side,
yeah, at
whichever
side.
direction you
Yeah.
move, it will appear in that direction, which is a very extremely valuable skill during a battle to escape, to reposition your character.
PvP, PvE, doesn't matter.
Any,
It's lifesaver.
yeah. So and it has a very high mobility,
Yeah.
much higher than Berserker we saw.
Any other classes basically. This
Yeah,
has the highest mobility right now.
yeah.
Uh,
So
Here you can see there will be we'll show you the blade storms skill page as well. You'll find as we had said during the berserkers class as well that you'll find certain stuff that are common with every other classes or at least classes within the same role. For example, here you can see the control, the survive, suppression. These are quite same. The interrupt, breakout, that is to I think this is basically an anti-CC for yourself. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, anti-CC.
Yeah. There's also a silence, which is if I what I'm thinking right. This is a very interesting skill that can silence maybe a boss's effect,
Hmm,
maybe,
maybe.
or it can maybe silence a player's skill. We don't know, but
It's just a speculation, but we have to
yeah.
test it during the beta phase. So yeah.
Yeah, we are very much looking forward to actually test all these classes out. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. So next up, let's see what is next. The resource.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the resource of Spellsword.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically use normal attacks to fill the swords, the blue one. Okay, and perform a special attack to upgrade the swords, so we can get more upgraded skills to perform more powerful skills with the resources.
Yeah. That also, and also you can use this stack to perform an ultimate skill. You can say.
Yeah, at
Uh,
full.
yeah. And you saw that skill in the trailer. The last skill, there were a lot of those swords. That is the skill. What it actually in game, what it happens for the classes, for the I mean for the players, not for the NPCs. The NPC will throw the house and sword thing, but the
Yeah,
player will throw will basically five. So it's basically a charge skill. You are going to charge it when the five floating swords are there. You can like boom, and it will do a very big amount of damage.
yeah,
So next up is the distance. As you can see, this is a 90.9 meter distance from this wooden stake. So that's like 20-meter distance ish. It can be more than that. We don't know for now, but we'll obviously test everything out in the testing phase.
yeah.
Lastly, next is the blade
So this
storm.
is a blade storm skill page.
Yeah, and you can see the common skills, the damage, the interrupt, the survive, the control. I think these guys has two control skill instead of one, right?
Yeah, yeah. These are two control skills instead of one.
And there's also an uncontrolled skill, which like I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, we have no idea what it does basically. They haven't shown.
this explicit and implicit and the uncontrolled skill, like
Well,
yeah,
localization still isn't permanent implemented yet, so we get subject to change with the names.
right. There's also a dodge skill that is traceless cloud forming,
Mm, yeah,
and the yeah, I think this is the traceless cloud forming is the one that does that sword thing, right? And cloud step spell is probably the one that allows you to teleport. That is
Yeah,
The
cloud step is the one to allow you to. This is cloud step spell is basically the class specific spell where you leave a portal behind.
yeah,
Uh, you can use that portal to come back where you left it behind. So you can. It is a 30-minute portal, so you have considerable amount of time to portal back.
and the fun fact is that the skill has a 15-second cooldown.
Yeah, so basically, if you want, you put a portal in the safe zone and go hunt some monsters. If the you find it a little bit hard, you can portal back to the safe zone.
Yeah,
Uh,
and another thing that I think is worth testing is that since the cooldown is slow, can you put more than one portals in a in succession? Like you're,
we have to,
yeah,
we have
we
to
have to
check
see
that.
that. And since it says that switching other to other maps removes the spell from the map you are in, so you cannot go from one map to another with this.
But if we can, if, we don't know if we can use it in inside the
Yeah,
dungeons.
that is something we're speculating because if we can, then it will make the life of the people who are dying a hell lot easier.
Yeah, or you can basically skip the enter dungeon and directly inside the boss room.
I really doubt that could happen because, as far as I've seen, there's a ton of monsters there are in the dungeon.
But
So,
you can just go till the boss room and
yeah, put down the spell
put
there.
down the put down the spell, and you can clear the boss room again. Come out. We don't know if the spell stays there or not. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we also have to see.
So once you come out of the dungeon, it can reset. It will reset the dungeon. Okay. So if you apply this cloud spell, we don't know if we are
I
entering a
don't think so. Yeah.
boss room with a boss or without a boss. We
Uh,
have no idea
No,
of.
no, no. The entire instance actually fully refreshes, so that won't work. That thing doesn't work.
We can still test that. That's a
We can certainly change that, but as far as I've seen from people who are playing right now, the instance fully resets.
yeah, fully fun.
Right. So, guys, this was the spell sword. Everything about spell sword that we don't know right now. Uh,
Yeah.
will be next upcoming will be showcasing to you the bard class. So let's go to that.
Okay. So now we have the class Bard, which is basically again a DPS and a healer. Uh, this is the class resource of Bard, where basically it's chords of the Zither. You can use, as you can see, you can use your normal attacks to fill up the chord. Okay, and depending on what attacks uh, you
Depending
do,
on there's also that depends upon your astral blessing as well. We'll get into
yeah.
that in a bit. You
So
can see.
depending on your astral blessing, which astral blessing you have currently on, you can do a fire attack, you can do a frostbite, or you can do a quick flash, which is basically you receive a status by performing something
Yeah,
very electric attack
yeah,
or
lightning. Uh,
lightning attack.
that's like what we at least understood from the tooltip.
Yeah, tooltip and what they have shown. Okay, there. So
Then
Then we have the skill set, and the two classes, dissonance and harmony.
The
Dissonance is
two, not classes like the
yeah, basically
sets, yeah,
yeah,
specs.
specialization. So specialization.
Yeah,
So dissonance is the specialization for DPS, and harmony is a specialization for healer.
yeah,
Okay. Again, it is a mid-range DPS. It does not have much range, but
not really, not like it's a
what I have,
semi-long range. Yeah,
what we have shown,
yeah,
uh, it's shown as fighting mid range, but
15
it may
meters or
have
so,
long
I
range.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it may have long range, but we
don't know
yeah,
yet.
yeah, we don't know yet. Uh, Bard has one of the most powerful healing abilities
Out
in
of
the
all
game.
three,
Yeah, most powerful healing abilities in the game currently, from what we know, from what little information we have.
we have, but
Yeah,
that is also subject to change because
yeah, that's also subject to change. Yes.
yeah,
Uh, so you can also you have something called as blessings. Got it?
yeah. The
What is it
astral
called?
blessing page will actually come on the other one, the summoner one, because that's where they have shown us. Because so we'll cover that when we get into the summoner part.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
things to note here is that they have two breakout skills, which probably like the anti-CC skills. I think not anti-CC, better to call them iframe skills. So invulnerability frame skills probably. Uh, they also have a survive skill, a crowd control skill, an uncontrolled skill, which is I don't know like the difference between this uncontrolled and the
Yeah.
breakout. It's a little bit
Again, yeah,
yeah
subject to change.
yeah. The
Names.
names I think they will be changing. Movement they have also a movement skill which don't know what that does.
Uh,
But I think that is the skill that changes the specs, right?
from the movement skill, what I have
There's a quick change. That's the name quiz. So
no, like from what I know from the movement skill is basically how you have know that the spell sword, you have a teleportation kill. It the same way
these
you
guys also
basically
have a dodge skill. So that's also
yeah,
where the confusion is coming.
yeah, it may be a cap maker, maybe.
Maybe gap closer possible,
Yeah,
or maybe like a gap make like a large gap to make
yeah,
it very, that is also possible. There are four damage skills, two support skills, and blade heart, which is probably the ultimate skill, two ultimate skills there.
yeah,
And they have something called interrupt check, which again don't really know what that does.
yeah,
Like interrupting is one thing, but interrupt check, uh, I think the
yeah,
localization will be a bit
yeah. This will all be cleared once we start the game.
testing. Yeah. Also, another thing I don't know if you have noticed, Travis, the right beside this one it says blueprint one. So I'm guessing we will get more than one skill pages to put our builds on, and we can switch those also.
Yeah, might be like we can I don't
Something
know,
like
like it seems like a template sort
yeah,
of.
yeah, like in Guild Wars 2, how we do the templates. I think
Yeah,
something like that.
basically a build template sort of.
Yeah, I think so. We'll all have to see these once the testing phase hits here. Um,
Yeah,
let's go to the next one, which is the harmony set. Here you can see there is one control skill, one survival skill compared to the last one. The
and
movement skill, I really think this movement skill is what the skill that changes the sets because this is something that is staying there other than the support buff and the dodge, which we already know what those two does. We'll get into a support buff in a sec. We know
yeah.
what the dodge does, so I think the quick change skill is what
Quick
the
chain is basically where you change between those specialization,
yeah,
I
I
think.
think so. I don't think like that.
Yeah,
So Titus, tell us what the different other skills these guys has, the other different skills that we can see on the screen.
Yeah, so as you can see, they have way more healing skills than they have their DPS skills
Definitely.
because it's mostly focused on as a healer. The bard is more focused on a healer. Okay, it has a party-wide heal, it has a regen, it has a single target focus heal. Okay, and we can see two buffs, party-wide buffs, which
Yeah.
the bard can distribute among and
So this one, you can already see one is MP regeneration, the other one is distribute. So I think that is also that name might also change because that doesn't really tell what it is doing.
yeah,
Yeah. There's also two skills called survive support. So like something that heals damage while supporting, or maybe heals the bard himself.
maybe regions type,
Yeah, possibly,
region type skill.
possibly. And they have three group regeneration, three individual target regeneration. So a lot of skills. They also have the first aid, two first aid skills. So that
Yeah.
is also I'm not sure exactly what the two first aid skills because those looks like they are also healing skills, but exactly what they does is
Yeah, we have to
yeah.
check again.
Yeah. So you can see the support buff, right? The oven of life. So let's actually see what that does.
Yeah, this is a class specific skill called Oven of Life. It is as we have shown in Spear Master, we has a party wide repair bot. Okay, and this is basically a pot which gives you the elixir of immortality, which basically increases your HP by 6%. Again, that percentage can change depending on.
I don't think that. I think this is the final one for this
No,
class.
no, he said that it can change.
Can change.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it
I guess
can
they.
change.
I
It
think
can again. It
yeah,
can change. It
may
may
not
change. It may not.
change.
It may.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may change. It may not change. Yeah.
Uh,
So and another.
all these skills are also perspective to when they
Yeah.
do updates and stuff. So they nerf something, buff something. So,
Yeah. Another. Basically another spell basically of this pot or oven of
passive,
life is
passive. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not passive. It's basically when you interact with it, it basically heals you and it gives you the buff. That's what it does.
And you
So
can see the pot, which is basically. Let me highlight that if I can here. Uh, can I highlight that here? Don't
basically the
really think so, but it's
golden
basically
pot.
the you can see the F written here on the screen. So this is the bot. It's like press F to pay respect and get
Yeah,
the heal.
yeah. Press up and get the heal and the buff both.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
So
it's again a party-wide buff. You can, but again, you can access this out of combat.
I think in did they say something about being out of combat for this?
No, they haven't. I'm speculating it is out of combat as most of the class-specific skills are out of combat skills.
Uh, Depends. But
So
okay,
yeah,
we're a lot of stuff we are saying now are basically speculations. We still don't know that what we will be getting. Like each skill has definitely their own stuff in the Chinese version and Taiwan version. If you talk to other streamers, other content creators, you can definitely get a detail on what those does. But again, those can be changed in our version. So I'm not really getting into all those details. That's the reason I am not talking about any of such skill effects that we get to know from the Eastern version. Yeah. So
right.
that is the bard, and now let's go to the next class, which I believe is the summoner. So yeah, let's take a look at this reveal trailer. Alright, guys, welcome back, and this is the skill window of Summoner. Right now, we are actually going to get into the different other parts of the skill window that they have showcased. Uh, we are taking a look at the astral skills, and then we'll take a look at the flips, and of course, the normal other skills as well. So, Titus, astral skills.
Yeah. So basically, what this blessings are, astral blessings. Basically, it changes the complete skill altogether. So one astral skill will give you a certain effects, certain skills which have a different effect, and other. If you use the other astral skills, astral blessings, it will give you a different skill altogether. Okay.
So,
So as you can see, we have this uh, five columns of astral blessings.
right.
Yeah. So you can choose from the blessings and get a different skill altogether, performing different actions with different effects
For
of.
example, for example, one of the astral blessings allow you to summon a fox-like thingy that, to us FF players, are basically carbuncles.
Yeah.
uh,
So
but
another astral blessing will let you summon a stone turret type summon
something like
basically.
that.
Yeah. Stone
Another
turret.
will allow you to summon a fairy, uh,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Fairy.
Yeah.
So then after this we have blessings, right?
We actually go to the class.
Glyphs.
Yeah. Before that, let's take a look at the class resources.
Yeah. So again, we have class resources with perform normal attack to gain certain resources. Then you upgrade that with another attack skill or healing skill.
Yeah.
Okay, depending on
Another
what you're
thing
doing.
that this class resource for this one, especially for the summoner, is very much dependent upon what is your summon. If your summon changes, then the effect also changes. So that's
Yeah,
another thing. For example, you can see here that Muyo, which is this flower fairy kind of thing, is summoned. That's why the class resource says about that. If it is something else, then it will say something else. That's
yeah,
as far as we have understood. So yeah, let's go to the next one, which is the glyph.
yes, glyphs. So these are the glyphs which basically changes the nature of the skill. For example, the fox summon.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
uh,
one glyph allows the fox summon to do a healing.
melee,
No, there's a healing first, and
melee.
yeah, we don't still know that if there's a melee DPS that does, but
So we have been shown a
we are
melee.
did we did we?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
did.
Okay.
The- So one glyph will allow you to melee, one glyph with healing, another will change the fox
Range
range
DPS.
range
Yeah.
DPS, and you can basically combine your summons attack with yours to deal massive amount of damage to the enemy.
Yeah, and also the glyphs effects also stacks over that, so it depends upon what glyph you have equipped. As you can see, you can put up like six glyphs, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, six glyphs.
Yeah.
So what effects you want, you can convolute that, how it stacks on. Right, and let's get to the skills itself. This is the healing skill. Yeah,
Okay. So Niva's blessing, and we have nature's wrath. So that will be the DPS skill, and this is the healing spec.
right.
Okay, and so again, our summoner is has two specializations with one with DPS specialization and a healing specialization.
Range
Again,
DPS specialization.
yeah. So uh, again, yeah, your healing skills basically depends on which type of summon you have currently summoned on the
Which
battlefield.
we have understood that much. It might not, of course, not all skills are dependent on that, but like
Yeah, not all
two
skills, but
skills, I think. As far as I remember, there were two skills that can change depending upon which summon you have as your healing partner, basically.
Yeah, and also your class resources, which in turn will
Change.
change the skills of the summon itself.
Yeah. You can see here there are three individual regenerating targets. So there are one target healing skill. There's one first aid skill. There are two resource generation skill, one control, one distribute, two group generation compared to the previous one, the bard, which had three group generation and three regeneration and two first aid. This one has three uh, individual target, two group regeneration, and one first aid skill. It's a survival skill, one uncontrolled, one suppression, one dodge, two pet skill, one check divine creature that may definitely be changed. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's that.
So yeah. So so far as Orin explained, these are the healing spec of summoner. Okay. Again, another thing you can do is what I have gathered. You can also control your summoner individually, where Orin.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
okay.
Probably I cannot definitely confirm this yet
Yeah.
because I myself have some confusions on this. But yeah,
Yeah. So
probably.
yeah, you can come up with different strategies.
I think it is probably something similar to the Final Fantasies pet
Concept.
control. Yeah, probably something similar to that.
Yeah.
So let's go to the Nature's Wrath.
Yes. So this
So
is Natural Strat again. It is summoner is very dependent on their higher upgraded skills are very dependent on the summon you have. Okay, because you can combine the attack of summon and your skill to upgrade already the existing skill of your
basically
opponent.
making it more powerful, more damage.
Yeah, make it more powerful, doing more damage over time, and it has also a lot of dot skills,
Yep.
as we have seen so far. Okay, like damage over time skills and a little bit of AoE skills also.
Yeah. Um, in terms of skills, we have four damage skills, as we already said. There are two damage buff skills, which are well useful.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
breakout skills. Like I think these skills are like if you get caught into a CC, it allows you to break out, like something like those. The breakout skill you had in what was that? Photo, I believe, right? I think it works something similar to that. Would
yeah,
as
something similar to that.
yeah. There's a
We
server.
have
Yep.
because uh, they haven't explained what that skill specifically is.
Yeah.
Okay, the breakout
Simply
skill.
so that this one is like this. We get resources like that, and yeah.
Yeah,
There's a suppression skill, which I think is like again.
yeah, yeah, basically a gap maker or something like
No,
that.
no, suppression is something else. Like I think it does some sort of like debuff on the boss or on the player or whatever your opponent is. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, because what that uh, you remember the thing that these guys are supposed to be able to debuff them. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I think a lot of people have been wondering what the blade heart is. This thing, as far as I get from the people, from the devs, that this is special boss attack skills, as bosses have some sort of golden shield or something. So once you take that shield down, this blade heart skill can be used to deal a massive amount of damage on the boss.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were not able to show this to us because bosses were not available, but they have explained it as such. And lastly, I think the only exclusive skill is left, yes, basically
Yeah,
class skill, which is summon tiger. Let us see the tiger. This is the tiger.
yeah. Basically, it summons a mount
Yeah,
that you can ride. Uh,
this is the only class as of yet that summons that has its own mount.
well, Berserker is the mount.
I'm going to get. I'm going to hear this so much.
Yeah, Berserker is the mount. He doesn't need a mount. Berserker is the mount.
But Berserker cannot fly. I think that's what I think. That otherwise there would be no need for mount. Everyone can just have their own pet Berserker.
Yeah.
That is I think all in the summoner showcase.
Yes.
So let's go to the final class that is also another class that is something on our radar, but we probably won't be playing that. But we will definitely be testing that one. Is the Reaper. Let's take a look at its reveal trailer.
Welcome back, guys, and we'll start with a Reaper class and the class resource of a Reaper class. Okay. So again, as I have said previously, we can use the normal attack to fill up the stars here, as you can see, and perform upgrade skills to with the use of the stars and other upgrade skills when certain stars have been used, and you can perform other skills uh,
Yeah,
on basis of that.
yeah. You can see that there are a total of 10 stars. I don't think these are stars. It's more like a flame to me.
Yeah. So when another thing we need to notice that you can see Spectral Phantom 5. This is one of the skills of a Reaper where you use the flames or stars to create phantoms. Okay, so when you use damage skills, okay, it will give you a phantom. Okay, you can use that. You can use the phantom to summon a phantom and use certain skills with the help of the phantoms.
Yep. Uh, let's go to the main class special skill.
Yeah. So the class specific skill here is the Moon Wanderer. It is basically an out of combat skill again, and it is a teleportation skill where you can teleport to
Waypoint.
teleportation waypoints on maps without any cost.
Yep.
Without any cost whatsoever, you can teleport to any of the waypoints in the map you have already discovered.
Yep. And you can see this is a no interval, so there is no cooldown on this skill. You can use this as many times as you want,
Yeah,
and it's an instant teleport. Uh, there's also another thing
yeah,
about this class as we go into the skill tree.
you're
Uh,
basically saving a waypoint money.
yeah, right. Actually, we don't know whether money is needed or something else.
Also, we don't know if we can take party members with that skill.
I don't think that already says that it is here. It already says there is a self individual skill.
I know, but we can test that. can
Okay.
be a nice
Yeah.
bug,
That will get instantly fixed.
nice bug to exploit. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of ideas I'm coming with.
All
So
right. So
this is the DPS spec, the assassin, where you have very high mobility. You have stealth. You have gap closers, and you have very high damage, instant damage skills.
yeah,
Okay, so
there's
uh,
also a skill effect where after using the skill, that skill itself does the damage, but after doing the skill after a certain amount of time, again a burst of damage erupts from
yeah,
the target.
delayed.
Yeah.
Assassin has some delayed skills also.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Another
and
thing that during in the invisibility in assassin spec, you can keep attacking without any problem, but in occultist spec, if you do any attack or anything, like any action,
yeah, the invisibility will break.
yeah,
So occultist is the basically the healing spec of the Reaper, where it's from what you have seen, its main healing class is a healing over time.
yeah,
You can place flowers, an area of effect flower on the battlefield where which can heal, which has a party wide healing effect as long as you are in the area
yeah,
of effect of the flower.
right,
And then there is another skill where you can take distribute the damage taken by the tank to the entire party members.
yeah,
Okay, then another is where you can give your own health to the party member who needs healing.
yeah,
This is the only sacrificial skill that the Reaper have.
and one of these skill is very important, like the spreading out damage from a party member.
Yeah,
So when a
especially
tank takes a massive amount of damage, you can spread apart the damage, which is very much needed for the tank survivability sometimes.
yeah,
I'm a tank and I know we don't have a TVL in here.
yeah. That T-Ven is broken, dude.
Yeah. Uh, just for context, that is the Blackest Knight, which is a Dark Knight skill from Final Fantasy 14. And yeah, it is broken. Right. So that was it for the class views, overviews. I think we have covered everything, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Just a second. So other than that, there's six classes that we showed you. This will all be available in the release as well as the betas in both adult male and adult female format, body format basically.
yeah,
But there are three more classes in the Chinese server that are already released there, and you'll know how much the Chinese server is ahead right now once we get into that discussion. We'll touch that in a second. But that the three classes, yeah. So let's talk about the classes. We are not going to showcase them or anything because they are not really coming. When they come, we'll do that. But basically, there are three classes. One is an archer, which has both male and female adult bodies. Another is something they call Samara. A lot of people call it Samurai. We don't really know what will be the official translation of that class. Uh, that is one-handed sword. I think that was a one-handed sword, right?
yeah. 100 katanas.
Some yes, similar to that. So I don't know whether that's a katana or a nadachi, but yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, uh, so that class and this class will be currently in China. It is only available with the adult male body type. Uh,
yeah,
There's the other class that is basically uh, how to what to call that class. There's a fox. Uh, like
It's yeah. I haven't that idea of that class. I think I from what I gather, it's a female specific.
yeah, and fun. Yeah, it's a female specific, but not an adult female. It's yeah,
With a childlike body.
yeah. We have a very specific word for that, but let's not get into
Yeah,
that.
let's not go there.
Uh, but yeah, as far as I've seen from the combat, they actually use their claws to damage, and they can turn into a cute little fox, as they just like how the berserker changes into a big bad wolf. They changes into a cute little fox. Uh, and they also have a kind of spirit mode or something where they become like a big foxy woman something like they have a adult mode, but yeah, they change into some sort of foxy woman kind of thing. um, yeah, so that's that. These are the three other classes that will be coming sometime later after the release. So now let's see, let's go to the next segment.
So you are taking, right?
All right, guys, welcome in the second portion of our basic info of the game that we know. Right now, what you're seeing is the character creation page. Again, this is alpha footage. It's a bit change, but yeah. Uh, Once you are in the class selection, you'll of course see the six classes and the gender changes, like which gender you're going to choose that, and then you're going to come into this page. Um, the area these two guys are blocking, there is basically the name writing area and the confirmation button, as well as the button to save the set what you're using. We can see on the left hand side the instructions to drag a model, to rotate, to zoom, and bottom you have the custom previews. There are 5 customs available, right? Titus?
Yes.
There they showed 5 customs in the custom preview, right?
Yes. They have other emotes. They have shown other emotes also, but we'll get to that
Yeah,
later on.
later. So that's that. These are the 5 modes that are shown that are available here, not in the game, just samples basically. And then the facial preview as well, like how much your facial expressions. They also change that. On the right hand side, we have the on the top we have presets, we have face, we have hair, we have face. I think
This
hair,
is, I think,
body.
body.
Yeah,
This is, I think, the face. That is makeup. I think. I
yeah,
think
makeup. Yeah, yeah. Third one is probably makeup. Yeah.
third one is probably makeup. Uh,
The
the
last one is
last,
the profile one.
yeah.
Yeah. And we don't know what the last, like the absolute last one does, because they did not really show that, right? Did not clicked on that during the
No,
stream.
no, they haven't.
Yeah, so we'll still don't know what that is. Uh, on the preset, you can see the two basic facial shape. Remember, almost everything is the same for the male characters, so we are not going to show that. It's the same for the male characters, almost the same. Skin tones, uh, even though there's this darker shade, they're very less dark compared to what you are basically seeing on the tone. They're very bright, like whitish, brightish, however you want to see. And then you can see a lot of presets, preset body and hairstyles. So yeah, basically presets available in that part. So let's see what next is. We are going to take a look at which one should we start with. The makeup? No. Which one should we start with?
Let's start with the makeup.
All right. So makeup. Uh, I don't know if you can see. Just a sec. So we have
assortment of eyebrows.
yeah. So
We
let
have
me increase that. Yeah,
we have eyes
yeah. Different color types of eyebrows you can see here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine types you can choose. Then
and
the slider is pale or powerful. I think that's the amount of hair you have, but yeah, powerful is not the correct word there.
they haven't implemented that.
Yeah.
They can change.
Then
Okay,
there's the five eyeballs basically.
you can change the eyeball. You can change the people's.
Yeah.
You can
Thing
change.
though, you cannot choose two different. Like you cannot be heterochromatic for this game. You have to choose the same eyes for
Okay.
both sides.
So then we have this eyeshadow.
Yeah, the eyeliner kind of thingies.
Uh,
And
so you can choose
yeah,
eyeshadow pale and powerful. But yeah, as I can say, I'll not choose powerful as the word.
yeah. Right.
Then we then we have
Next one. Yeah,
lipsticks.
let me show that to everyone. Yeah, we have lips, different kind of lipsticks. There's one, two, three, four, five, six. How thick your lip or how thin your lip is, that's what that is. Then the different color presets, and finally say the dark or light and the pale or powerful, whatever does that means. So next is the face. So let's show that. Just a
Yeah.
sec. Yes.
So
Yeah.
again, we have the face coloration. Then the beauty spot. I call it beauty spot.
Those are basically, I think, scars or something like that.
Those are not scars today.
Those are not really tattoos either, because tattoos are like
And the last one, I don't know what is the last
those
one.
are ornaments basically. Like you can see, there's this like the thing people wear at the top of their head. There's also a couple of tattoos and stuff.
Yeah,
That's why I did not wanted to call the middle ones tattoos, because those are more like birthmarks or something like that. Those kind of things.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, let's see. We have seen I that. Let's see the hair. Let's take a look at the hair then.
yeah, yeah. So we have
Okay.
a general hairstyle. We have others type of hairstyle
Yeah,
also.
a couple of hairstyles here. These are basically the default ones that are given to you for free basically when you create a character. Hair color. The colors are really not that impactful. Uh, yeah, that's a like a complaint I have, and people actually question that one on the questionnaire to make this more impactful. You won't really don't get an idea. And then this Louis High's banks, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, I think they're banks. That's what I heard. And finally, the hair accessory and their color as well. Right.
Yeah,
Uh, as the hairstyle is done, let's go to the body. Okay, let's show. Let me show you guys the body. Yeah, I'm going to zoom in a bit, and we'll scroll up and down. So body type, we can see the total size, how small or large your height is basically, and how thick or thin it is. There's one thing I have a very complaint to these guys about this one, is that they do not have any reference point, like how the height is, how many inches, centimeters it is, or yeah, that
yeah.
scale is not in the game.
Mm, we can. So okay. Let's start with body type.
Uh,
Okay.
then there's the head and shoulders. Wow, that's literally head and shoulders. You get
Head.
it? Head and
We have
shoulders.
shampoo.
Uh, small, large, compressed, stretched, small, large. Yeah. So a lot of this. Okay. Um, take a look at the third option.
I have. Yeah, let's not go there.
And that's
Let's not.
for a female character.
Yeah, let's not go there. So we have no idea
Right.
on what that specific sliders will do to
You,
female or male characters.
yeah.
Okay.
Like if you want to see how the body changed, you can of course go to their video and take a look at how they changed the sliders and how the body's changed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
these are basically we are just showing all the sliders there is, and yeah. So that's that. What else is there? Let's take a look. The body
Arms,
type, yeah, arms,
head, thighs, calf.
yeah. All the fun things.
Yeah. Huge amount of details. Huge amount of
Yeah.
details.
Let's take a look at the head, right?
Yeah.
So this is the head.
Yeah.
We increase
We
that.
have forehead, temple, cheekbones, cheek, lower jaw, and chin.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm,
very happy with the amount of detailing they have given in the character creation, which is
yeah. Then
very
we
detailed,
have the
very
mount,
descriptive. Yeah.
and I remember you saying that you yesterday you said a name of the technology they used to do this character creation part, right?
Yeah. So the way they showed, it kind of looked like ZBrush. Okay, kind of look like the sculpting of ZBrush.
Okay.
So yeah, that is what.
Uh,
Okay, they put the slider on the character's face also. Apart from doing, yes, another thing I have to mention that apart from doing these sliders
yeah.
and changing the settings, you can directly put your cursor and above the face and sculpt the face with your own cursor.
It's kind of
So
similar to how it is in Black Desert Online. Kind of
yeah,
similar to that.
so you can also do that if you don't want to mess with the sliders.
That's that. So many people don't like messing with the sliders, kind of make a mess of things. I myself included. So yeah, we can see here the nose stuff, the nose, how tall or low that would be, the nasal roots, bridge, nose tip, rotate up or down, nostrils. That's that.
Yeah.
Other than that, we also have six different voice packs available
Yes.
for you to choose from, um, depending on what type of character you're making and your role.
Right.
Basically, if you want to RP, so you can.
Yeah. So that is a voice. Last one was a voice.
Yeah. There's another one that is basically the appearance, the way people can, or rather, you will see your icon. Basically, you can see the avatar and the appearance. These stuff are given to you for free, but you will be able to get uh, more of these stuff and change this in the game through various other options. I believe they have showed that, but I believe it will be you will be able to change that because you will get a lot of these through the various activities and stuff. We're through the shop and all that. We're actually going to get into that in
Yeah.
a second. So now the names. Now the two guys had a very fun part with the names. So you can, for example, make a name of two words, uh, just like here. He created "m," so that's a like two-word name. What we still don't know is whether we will like, be able to put a, let's say, a hyphen or different other symbols in the name. That we still don't know, but we can definitely put numbers and definitely make it extremely large. Like not maybe not that extreme, but yeah, Panda Master 69 is a
Yeah. Decent.
decent.
And it was 69. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is, I think, the character creation part. We have covered everything that we could have shown to you. Uh, Dennis, do you have anything else to add?
No, Oren. I don't have anything at the moment.
All right, so we are going to directly head into what they have shown in terms of cash shop and a lot of people's doubts about pay to win or not, whether it's buying is worth it or not, and stuff like that. So let's head there.
Okay, so we have this is the shop. This is the vanity shop where you can use crimson coins. That is the currency of the cash shop in game. Use the crimson coins to buy costumes, buy weapon skins, and mounts or accessories, and assortments of other stuff like hairstyles. You can also use it to buy
A
um,
lot of different things.
housing items. Yeah,
Yeah,
housing items.
and I'm actually going to show all of you guys all those stuff.
Yes.
But, yeah, but first, Titus, you go talk about it.
Yeah. So currently, what we are seeing is the uh, costume area where you can buy costumes.
Yeah,
And another thing is that these are not tradable. Okay, the only way to get this item to others is by gifting the item uh, through the menu.
yeah,
Okay, you can gift items, you cannot trade them. Okay, so another yes,
all right,
Oren.
go.
So here we have another screen where this is the weapon section of the uh, shop. Okay, where you can buy different weapon skins,
Yeah,
and again, it's crimson coins.
yeah. You can see the amount of crimson coins needed. We're going to get into the value transaction in a little bit, but these are will probably be around the same. Like when you are going to actually get into the game, this probably will not change as much. So you can take this as a reference point, right?
Yeah.
Another
So
thing to note is that any item you get in the world, any drops, these are uh, also will become skins for you for very
yeah,
similar.
it's it doesn't matter which type of armor it is, as long as you have unlocked that said armor, you can get the skin of it.
Yeah. And you can see where item you are going to get. It's written here. The money is written here. Like the imprint cost, how much using this item will cost, the money and the following stuff. So basically, you're transforming this into a skin. So yeah, that's what I understood, because otherwise there would be no such this much amount of currency, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's that. Next up, let us take a look at the mount page.
Yes. Yeah. So this is the mount page where again you can buy different mounts, and even though the devs have said that all the mounts have the same speed, it doesn't matter which type of cosmetic look it has.
Yeah,
Uh, Stats wise, like the speed wise, it all the same.
yeah. And when you start the game, like around 15 minutes or so, they have said that you are going to get a flying mount through your quest line. So that's that. If you don't want to buy a mount from cash shop, that is all fine. You are going to get a mount either way that can fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, let us take a look at the housing items there is.
Yeah.
So these are the housing items, as you can see here. I think, yeah, these are the housing items you can see. As you can put in your residence, different kind of housing items. The name might change, it might not change, but we'll definitely show you a name that will be changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that, we need to check uh, this housing item specifically.
Let's take a look at the facial items. I remember I told you guys that a lot of these will be from cash shops. So you can see here these eyebrows, these uh, eyes. I really hated that this Galaxy Eye is part of Cash Shop because I really love that eye. Uh, and
Yeah.
this eye tone, whatever these things are, these are the
Eyeshadows. Those are
eyeshadows.
eyeshadows.
Yeah. Now, one thing I do not know yet, I do not know this yet, that if you buy something here, whether you need to use a character recreational pass to change this, or you can directly change this from here, because there is this sliders here, so it feels like you can directly change it from here right after buying, but we still don't know this yet. We have to confirm this later on. If the people the game post confirms this, because this has been a question to them. Otherwise, we will see this in the testing phase. Um, then let's talk about fish and hair.
Yeah. So this is the hairstyles that is
Not just
available.
hair; these are basically presets, different
Yeah.
kind of hair and body presets. You can see that here.
Yeah. But different kind of styles.
Yeah, different kind of styles.
So these are the different kind of styles that is currently present in the game
Yeah,
through skims and coins.
yeah. Then the additional items, the general
Yeah.
name change token,
Yeah. Name
appearance
change,
change.
appearance change, curse of the radical transformation,
That
visible
is
game.
something we're going to get into just a sec. A new identity bundle, we don't know what this does. Maybe it allows to create a new character altogether, like a new class.
Yeah.
I think that's what it should do, right? A new identity bundle. Then
Let's see.
then the alliance name change is probably changing. We don't know much about the alliance yet. I don't think this is the
Yeah.
guild.
No, they haven't showcased anything
Yeah,
about that.
alliance. Okay. The sea dragon leaping over golden waves. Literally no idea what this is. And
I think
finally, yeah, yeah.
it kind of it feels like a lightness skill.
I don't know. It says usage light firework if. So what is a firework doing here? I don't know. Like maybe some sort of effect on your body. Like you'll get a lot of effect items to various things that changes your skills, affects itself, changes your. There's a lot of stuff there. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, the curse of radical transformation. The name
Yeah.
actually is very funny because what it does is basically it's a bundle that allows you to change your body
Gender.
type, gender, to a male or female. So, so
Yeah.
radical trans-
It's pretty radical transformation indeed.
the fact that they're saying that this is a curse is like more funny to me than anything. Have we shown the mount? Yeah, we have. We have.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll show you is the mount page itself, how the mount page looks in the game, how you're going to see it in the game. So this is once you can see all the mounts through your skill page itself. Is the fourth tab on the skill page. That's the mount page. You can see here different mounts. You can whatever you have unlocked are up and whatever you have not in down. That's that. Now let's go to the other two parts of the shop. Uh, First is whenever you are going to buy something, you are going to get the same amount of loyalty points for buying that item. These loyalty points you can use to get these items from the point shop. As you can see here, the headgear, this is the things, headgear, the robe, the panda that is sitting on the shoulder plate, the cloak, the weapon skin, two weapon
Weapon
skins.
skins.
I believe I think this fly is probably a lightning seal effect. Yeah, and finally
Salvage.
the yeah yeah go on.
Yeah.
So and
Circus Iron Biter.
this is probably the panda, right? The mount
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah. This is basically the panda.
Yeah. So When you buy something from the cash shop or you're gifting something to someone else, you are going to get the same amount of points that you are purchasing Crimson Coin for.
I one point to note is that I don't think the point shop items can be gifted.
Yeah, I don't think that can be done either. But we'll see this. See that
Yeah,
because I
don't
don't
worry.
think that can be done because that will like make it entirely pointless. The reason for the loyalty point itself. So yeah. Then we are going to take a look at the last part, which is the crystal dust shop. Uh, Now, the crystal dust, you can see here different things.
Again, it gives you a set that you can wear.
There are two rides, and there is a like a ornament, right? So,
Yeah,
what is about this crystal dust? These dusts you can get by daily login. At least five you'll get per day for logging in.
yeah. Crystal bonus shop is basically the daily login.
Yeah. Also, various quests and events will be giving this crystal dust as well. Now, as you can see here, we have shown you a couple of stuff, but that does not mean that's all there is. There will be more to come, more things to add, and there might be things that will cycle around in these two shops. We still don't know, but there's a chance for that as well. So, a lot of other ornaments and everything to come, and this is where your question of P2W is answered. There is no vanity item here that gives you any boost in any way,
Any advantage with it?
any advantage. So, as far as we know, pay to win aspect does not exist in the game. The game itself is a buy to play model. When you purchase one time, you get the entire thing. As of now, uh, you will never require any subscription in any way. And as of now, we do not know this, but as far as we understand that the future content will probably be given to you for free as well, but this is something we're going to get a confirmation from whether there will be DLCs or expansions in the future or not. So keep this on a placeholder. We will get a confirmation about this from Gameforge team.
Yeah,
Last but not the least, Battle Pass.
yeah.
Now this thing is not transitioned in our version yet. So they have shown the Chinese version Battle Pass. You can see different.
Yeah, I can just give an basic overview.
Yeah. So these are on the top one at the right side. These are the quests that tells you how much progression they give when you do these quests and the rewards. You can see there are two reward tracks. One for basic items and stuff that is given to you in game, like game in-game currencies, in-game resources, some weapon skins and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then you have another track which gives you more additional reward along with crimson coins. So that another track is something you are going to buy. And at the name of buy, let us actually talk about the amount, the real world transition about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as they have told us that 25 euro is approximately equals to 4,250 crimson coins, and in dollars that goes to $20 is 2,800 crimson coin, and $50 is 8,000 crimson coin. Now all this can be a little bit convoluted, but yeah, that's and the these two people that you are seeing on the screen, these two nice people, their speculation is for the battle pass you need around $10 ish, no,
Mm,
10 euro ish, yeah,
10 euro-ish.
10 euro ish. But again, this is absolutely not confirmed by the team at Gameforge. Don't take anyone's word into this. This can change, but they have speculated that it will probably be around at that range. somewhere 10 to 20 euros, not more than that, because basically that's a battle pass. That's not a yeah. Uh, there's another thing that we are supposed to add here, uh, which is the stuff. So this battle pass itself will not be available to you at the beginning of the game. It will be unlocked via an event later down the line after the release. So we cannot test this cache shop. I don't think we can test this cache shop at all during the betas. I think they have to say that this won't be available during the beta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will directly get this battle
This will
pass
get unlocked post.
release via an event.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's the basic part of the cache shop. So let's get to the next segment. Alright guys, I hope that has answered a couple of your questions regarding the cash shop and whether the game is a pay-to-win game or not. So yeah, that I really hope we are able to answer that as the team answered us in yesterday's AMA. Uh, and from the official Discord, I've seen a lot of people getting more excited about this game since there is little to no, like there's literally nothing that gives you unfair advantage.
Yeah, there are a lot of question being asked on Discord also. So uh, if you're eager about the games, I will ask you to join the Discord server
Yeah.
of Solo.
Yeah, and the links will be given in the description below. Be sure to check all the links that will be given there. There's a lot of stuff I'll be putting on there that has been posted by players, the official stuff, and everything else in between. Uh,
Yeah,
Another thing that is a little bit controversial for us, Titus, is that we have 6 starting classes, but we are going to get 5 character slots, not 6, 5.
yeah. As they, yes, one of the major things I forgot to discuss is the character slots. Okay, so as we know, there are many games have this. Oh, you have we are giving you 4 character slots, but you can increase them with in-game currencies
In-game
or in-game
cash shop items that
cash shop
people
items.
people have
Uh,
like 100
but
item slots.
yeah, but in this game, you have once you buy the game, you have maximum amount of cash out, which is 5, and that's it. So
That's it
uh,
for right now. When the
yeah,
upcoming classes release, they will increase the character slots by
yeah, but
themselves.
so far, they have said that this is the maximum amount of character slots you will be given. So you don't need to even they have also assured that even after when other classes arrives, you don't need to pay
Yeah,
anything to get the character slots.
yeah. So also the people at our Discord has also asked why 5 and not 6 character slots. So I'm kind of interested to see how they explain that because yeah, a lot of people like to have each type of classes in this.
Yes,
Yeah,
people like us.
yeah. Like I don't like I do probably one and probably most at most 2 characters depending on if there's a new class. For example, I want to try out that Samara or Samurai, that class when it comes. I'll probably make that, but until then I'll stick with Berserker. So
Yeah, 3 for me.
yeah. Um, was that everything that we did? We miss anything? I think not, right?
No.
Yeah. So now to wrap this up, we're going to take a look at the player created group guides that have been given to us by many kind-hearted fellows in the community who have spent a lot of their time to translate Chinese to English and make those guides. And trust me, those are not easy jobs. Uh, you have already seen one at the beginning of the video from Ayia. So she did a lot more than that. As you can see here, she created, we showed the Spearmaster's gear sets and spears, basically the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
She mm, the, did that for the other classes as well, but I'm not going to show them here because it will basically take a lot of time and we're not exactly discussing anything. It's like a little bit boring. You guys, I'll put the links in the description below, and you guys can definitely go and check all the stuff she has put there. For example, this one is a male outfits that exists in the game in the Chinese version. All the outfits. So there's a cache of costumes. Uh, then if we go down below, there's the normal costumes that you will get via the questing and everything else. There's a ton of stuff here. Let's see
Yeah,
this
there are huge amount of costumes that you will be getting during your gameplays.
gameplay. Yeah, see here. And finally, these are the normal cost, the normal but the drop costumes, the drop outfits, basically not costumes, outfits, gear sets and all that. Same for female as well. I'm not going to show this, but yeah, same for female. All these links will be in the descriptions below. Please go and check these out. Um, and then this is her first guide where she put links regarding pages, Chinese guides, and other pages which were relevant at the very beginning of this hype train that we're part of, basically. Uh, so let's talk a little bit about that. PC requirements. You can take a look at the
Yeah, let's
Steam
talk about the
page.
PC requirements
Yeah. So
because
let me just open up the Steam page for you guys to see the PC requirements right here. Steam page. Well, let's take a look. Sports of Legends Online. All right. So these are the PC requirements. As you can see, let me zoom in a little bit. I think, yeah, this is right now is good, well visible. Uh, you need Windows 10 for operating system. For minimum, you need AMD FX 3 6300 or Intel Core i3 4130. For recommended, it's AMD Ryzen 5 1600 or Intel Core i5 6600K, which is pretty toned down for a game at this point, to be honest, right?
well, it can change.
Yeah, that is also true. Maybe when the Unreal Engine 4 version comes out later in a couple of years.
Yeah,
So that Unreal Engine 4 version is currently under development in China. So we can hope that in a couple of years that can come out here. Uh, Minimum memory requirement is 8 GB RAM. Recommended is 16. Minimum graphics is GeForce GTX 760 or Radeon HD 7870. Recommended is Radeon RX 580 or NVIDIA GTX 980 Ti. DirectX is version 9. Your storage should be 80 GB minimum, and I believe please keep a lot more than that in your storage because further updates will simply increase the size and won't decrease it. Sound card is integrated or dedicated to DirectX compatible sound card. So that is not something you need to worry about unless you are like doing something with your sound cards. That's a different thing. And keyboard, mouse, and proper internet connection, of course. So yeah, that is the system requirement. Other than that, Ayia has also put down some other things. Like there are two modes of in this game, tap targeting and action combat. By default in CN version, we can switch that via control key. Healers are stuck in the tap targeting mode due to them being when they're in the healing spec, but DPS and tanks can switch into the action combat and traditional RPG mode, that's tap targeting RPG. Character interface, you can see there's the character interface here. Uh, the gears, as you can see, there's a body, hand, like a belt kind of thing. Then there's a
No, yeah, the top one is belt. This is vest.
there's vest, there's a
So
shoe,
yeah,
this is what is this? Head and cloak, I think, or maybe flag, kind of
yeah, that is cloak, I think.
cloak, or yeah, probably cloak. Uh, One necklace, one what is this? Earring, two earring, one necklace, and two rings. Uh, and these middle three things, we are speculating these are something related to the life skills.
Lightness or class specific skills.
Yeah, life skill, lightning, plus specific skills. These are our speculations. Uh, they are called profession tokens. In, of course, there's a weapon. I think this is a weapon. This one. These are called profession tokens. So yeah, who knows? Then there's an enchanting system, uh, rune system, dragonstone inlay, an upgraded version of rune or something like that. Spell inlay, adding something, some sort of effects. Uh, Set spec. Then there's collection, achievement, and a lot of other things. Life skill gathering. So you have fishing, cooking, and manufacturing, under which there are different segregations as well. Fishing is really important, and we'll get into that in a sec. And then the constellation part, astronomy, constellation. This is something
Yeah,
we don't really know about, but this definitely has some effects, maybe
yeah,
some
some
stats, some yeah,
skill effects or stats or something
yeah,
like that.
something like that. That's that. Other than that, she has also given us basic combat information. For example, the sword skill thingy you're seeing at the very top layer. She has said that in these two are kind of similar to limit breaks in Final Fantasy. Kind of similar, not absolutely. For example, in small dungeon, if 5 to 7 people are there, there's one sword skill. For each 10 people, there's two sword skill. For medium, 2 to 3. Number will increase as the later difficulties. So it allows us to use two specialization skill. The healing specialization skill consumes a one and revive a dead team member. The DPS specialization consume one and provide a buff for entire team. Increase all attributes for 10% for 30 seconds. Uh, yeah. Um, then we have the threat monitoring and hatred value bar that we can see here. How much red is high hatred, green is low, as we can see here. Then the target orientation, which way the
Yeah,
target is facing. Yeah. Then there is go on with the status effects.
status effects and boons.
Yeah. So these are telegraphs. So the blue telegraph, as you can see on the ground, this means that players has to stack and absorb the damage. Uh, the red one means players have to split out from the incoming attack.
Yes.
Then this is the connect disconnect mechanic that can like connect. You have to either come close or go far depending on part. For example, she has given an example in Cold Abyss, which the name might change. Players need to maintain a distance fewer than 20 meters. So even ranged players need to come close to 20 meters. So otherwise, you'll either get enhanced or get a buff or a debuff depending on your how close or far you are. See here. Then the inner and outer ring. This is the inner ring showing, and then the outer ring. This is something Blade and Soul players or ex Blade and Soul players are uh, very much experienced about because a lot of bosses there had this inner
Yeah.
ring, outer ring. And then so that's that. There's also counter attack. So stop action. You cannot move. Auto attacking all should be stopped.
And that is auto moving also.
Yeah. that it shouldn't be stopped as well. Then keep moving. So move to avoid the damage. Turn around. So don't face the boss. Don't be in the range. And the counter attack. So boss attack will damage you. So reflect back and stuff like that. Yeah. Then she has given us a stat breakdown. So we have six stats: luck, vitality, strength, agility, skill, mind. Damage specialization: transform attribute into attack, durability, critical, healing into durability, crit, and healing effect, and defense into attack, durability, critical, vitality is HP, and hatred or aggro. The system will select on one of the four stat: strength, agility, skill, or mind as the main attribute, depending on your class and its specializations. Let us go on with the attack and defense attributes. Let us
Yes.
go on with the attack and defense attributes.
So now, okay. So we have attack and defense attributes, and basically here how much damage your skill does, how much and
Impact it has.
impact it has, which is the mastery, depends on the mastery of the specialization. Okay. Then we have the magical power, which will increases the attack percentage by a certain percentage.
Depends on what type of attack it is, physical or magical, depends on your class.
Yeah, depending on the class. Then we have critical rate. Okay, basically it is unlike other games where we have critical chance and critical damage both. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we have only one attribute where it is critical rate, which is basically both the attack critical chance and the damage all both in one.
Yeah.
Then we have the attack concentration, no, which is basically mm,
Hit
how,
rate, I
what is the
think. I think a hit rate.
yeah, yeah, what is the percentage of what is the probability of you landing your attack on the enemy?
Yeah.
Okay, then we have haste, which is basically a cooldown reduction, and damage, and basically reduction of interval between two attacks.
Yeah.
Basically your auto attacks become faster.
Right.
Then we have the final magical and physical attack. Basically this is the your from what I perceive, this is your
Combination of the other first two
this is the
stat.
ultimate. This
Yeah.
can be the ultimate. Okay, so
Probably.
then yeah, then we have the hatred, also basically aggro generation and threat generation.
Yeah.
uh, this will be the tank skills,
Yeah.
and healing effects, which are the healer skills.
Yeah.
Okay. And according to the defense attribute, we have physical defense level and magical defense level. Okay. Now uh, here it this stats basically, even though it says reduce the physical and magical damage received by a percentage, this stat is specifically depend on the amount number of buffs, defensive buffs, number of tank skills that is on you, number of healing defensive spells that is on you. So all this is calculated, and then you get the number out.
Yeah.
Then we have the additional damage reduction, and it, basically it will decrease the damage you take from a boss or from an enemy by a certain percentage. Again, this also will calculate depending on the amount of buffs, defensive buffs you have on yourself.
Also your gears and stuff.
Yeah, like also gear and stats and stuff like that. Critical resistance is this is something they have introduced. Your gear will have something called critical resistance, and it will reduce the probability. It will reduce basically. It will reduce the chances of you getting hit by a critical attack.
Especially by a boss.
Boss, enemies.
But these are basically all these stuff we are seeing are basically PvE attributes. So basically anything that is PvE.
Yeah,
PvP has a separate gear altogether, and as we have said before, that it this game allows you to create presets of your gears, of your skills, of your constellations. So you can have different gear presets for your, let's say, tank and DPS build, and also PvP build differently. Continue on.
Okay, so now these two attributes, it's basically I have seen this in other games, the foresight rate and foresight effect. But the thing is, what I don't know is how this will be calculated, depending on if it's calculated depending on the gear or buffs or whatever. Uh, but and how probability of an enemy attack missing you,
Yeah,
and from what I gather, is that.
yeah,
So that is the foresight rate, and also when once you have even if you miss the attack, for example, if the boss has a certain attack, okay, uh, and you have a very high foresight effect, okay, it will reduce the foresight rate and foresight effect. It will reduce the damage you have seen through the attack, okay, and it will reduce the damage you receive by a certain percentage. Another thing we can gather is they haven't specifically given by what amount, because all these defensive attributes will be considered, uh, including all your gear stats, all your buffs, uh, self buffs and or party buffs, all your buffs, and then the percentage will be calculated. So we don't have a specific percentage to tell you guys.
yeah. Next is the elaboration part.
We already elaborated that. See,
Right.
yeah,
The hit rate, we also saw that. Then the specialization attributes.
yeah. So specialization attribute is basically again. So it is defensive enhancement is basically a tank, a specialization for tank specs. Uh, when you are in tank specialization, your magical and physical defense increase by a certain percentage. Attack enhancement is for the DPS spec, uh, where your basically if you are in a, but here I think it doesn't make sense,
Why?
because attack enhancement, when the player is in a defensive specialization or healing specialization, the physical attack and magical attack power increases.
Yeah, the
Uh,
translation is a little bit awkward
yeah,
and off.
from what I know of other games, attack enhancement is basically a DPS specialization where if you are in a DPS specialization,
Yeah,
your attack power increases, uh, and your if you are in a healing specialization, your healing power increases.
right.
Okay, and that is what I gather. But from what
Yeah,
I'm
it might be
seeing here,
translation errors and stuff like that. Of
yeah,
course, we cannot like. We'll see when the game comes, but I definitely am very thankful to her for giving all the breakdowns and stuff, for
yeah, yeah.
taking so much.
That is yeah. It's kind of hard to translate
Yeah.
exactly.
Now let's go into PvP attributes.
Go up, go up. We have the yeah, the aggro and heterogeneration and healing specialization.
Yeah,
Those are all self-explanatory
yeah,
on that. So again, is a tenacity. Okay, now here is something with only on PvP equipment. Huh. It will tenacity is basically direct hit damage, huh, and decrease the damage from incoming players. So what is direct hit damage is basically the amount if you are attacking a player. Okay, if you're attacking a player, the number of attacks directly. hitting the like giving the damage to the player, okay, without the calculation of defensive and other buffs. I think I consider that as a direct damage. Oren?
Probably, I probably that would be without any other things, other enhancements. But
Yeah.
we'll have to see like how the tooltip will describe it in
We have to test that in once we are in
testing.
the testing phase.
Uh,
100 slashes is basically increase the damage the of your attacks on increase the damage of the attacking players by X percentage and effect of healing players by again X
Certain
certain
percent.
percentage. So if you are attacking someone, it will increase your attack power. If you are healing someone, it will increase your healing power.
Yeah,
Uh, Again, all these are subjected to uh,
change and modify.
calculate, not modify. It will be calculated based on what gears you have.
Yeah,
Status effect,
luck.
rule, luck. Yeah, every battle needs luck. Luck is a factor. Uh, so luck is basically even here it says luck is completely useless. It was my trust. Okay, so luck attribute is yeah, as you can say, it's completely uses in a boss drops, but it is very effective if you want to farm something. Like for example, if you are farming something wood or something, okay, so the
Basically, lifestyle
yeah,
items.
so the amount of wood you get will be depend on your luck, or if you want to get a
Fish, for example.
very specialized wood,
Yeah, like rare drop.
rare drop, so that is also luck.
Yeah.
Okay. Then status effect is basically root is basically immobilize.
Yep.
Silence is you cannot perform your skills.
Yep.
Then
Bleeding effect. This is basically.
yeah, this is bleeding effect, and charm is basically you will be attacking your teammates.
Yeah. And lastly, the monster status.
Yeah. From monster status, one of the most annoying will be the incentive and the cunning. These two are to look out for. According to what the base says, okay, 20% attack and 30% damage defense of all monsters within the red circle and can superimpose, which is huge.
Like for example, if there are just imagine just two stacking at one another.
Yeah, that will be 40% attack and 60% of defense to all enemies within the red circle. That is
Uh,
huge. So, and cunning is after a certain period of time, the current hatred aggro will be cleared, and one DPS or healer will be randomly attacked, which is
Very
pretty
annoying.
much, yeah, pretty much basically a panic mode for tanks.
Yep. And all of these effects are basically what our speculations are. These are basically boss effects, boss special effects.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just go through the other effects there are because some of them can still be annoying.
Yeah, so basically, toughness and solidity is magical resistance, and toughness is physical resistance. Pretty self-explanatory. What new here is basically corruption and wraith. So corruption is basically a poison, a purple poison drink will be released, which will explode after a certain time, which is 1 to 2 seconds, subject to change again.
Yeah.
Uh, and perfect the person who is affected with this will receive a blood debuff. Blood debuff is basically you will continuously losing health uh, upon getting this,
Yeah.
but healers can dispel it.
Yeah. So healers has skills that can cleanse your debuffs. So
Yes.
in this
Then
Wraith.
we have Wraith. Okay, it will release a blue poisonous ball to the farthest player. So the farther you are, the more danger you are in, considering if the red skill is involved. Uh, if you are hit by the poisonous ball, okay, it will turn into a poisonous circle uh, with you as the center, and
Uh,
that circle will continually cause you a large amount of damage to the player.
yeah. Best
Player also
way to take care of this would be for spell swords to just teleport out of that area.
no. So here's what I gather from the videos
Okay.
of people playing in the other servers. Wraith will basically follow you, even though
Okay, so there's a
it is,
tracking skill.
yeah, even though it is very slow, you can follow you. The only way to negate Wraith is to run around and let it die down.
Okay, that's
And
interesting.
you don't want to be within the vicinity of other players when this kills, because if you are going through other players, the poisonous ball will can hit some of them,
Yeah,
and your party can get the a huge amount of damage that Wraith does. So the only way to get out of the get away from your party members and let it die down. From what I gather from the video.
right.
So recklessness is basically rage of
Yep.
a boss monster. The lower the health,
Yep.
the higher the attack power.
So you basically have
Decay
to kill as fast as possible.
or be more defensive.
That too
Either
works.
way,
Yeah.
decay is player hit by the damage is basically damage over time debuff. Okay,
Yep.
which will consist of reduce healing and HP loss.
Yep.
Uh, but one thing I'm not sure is if the healers can display it or not.
Yeah, it's not written here, and again, something we have to see for ourselves.
And freezing applies freezing effect on the target, which basically immobilize you and damages over time.
Yeah. So that was the stat breakdown and all these status effects. Let's go to the next one, which is uh, pets photo book. So these has item decomposition and dismantling. We're not actually going into that because a lot of stuff are not going to be here.
Yeah,
Names will be different. You can just see the appearances of different pets here. And if you want to read that out, you can definitely do that. But we're actually going to get in all these details directly in the game once the testing is starting. So
yeah. We can also get some of the information from the developers, and as soon as we get those informations,
yeah,
we
we'll
will be
tell you guys.
forwarded to you.
Uh, so a lot of pets. Some are not. Some will not be available here. Some will not be available later.
Yeah,
So a lot of discontinuity will happen. So then the mounts, some of the mounts that will see, some of the mounts we will not see. So, yeah, again, same thing with the pets. You can see here. I'm just skipping these things. I'll put the links in the description below. This mount you will be getting if you get the highest tier of pre-order pack.
yeah. Highest tier of your is 99.99
Yeah,
dollars.
so as that this one they had showed during the
The dragon horse. The
this one,
dragon horse.
right?
They are fighting for the dragon horse today.
So a lot of things, and this is like
And the COVID panda.
yeah, cool. So let's end that this page here at the COVID Panda. Always remember to wear your masks, no matter if you're vaccinated or not. Finally, there are guild-related information that has been given by Kitah. Uh, regarding guild events and stuff. He has been putting all the details here. For example, in this event specifically, fishermen are needed because you need fish-related ingredients to get this event done. Uh, so there's a lot of thanks a lot to Kitah for getting all these details for us. I'll be putting again the links in the description. Please go through them. Uh, there's really no point on getting details on guild related stuff right now because a lot of things can change or a lot of things might not be there. So again, I'm simply taking a precaution just to not spread any detail that might not be relevant at all.
Yeah, we have because we have been given no information about guilds so far.
And in the upcoming streams from Gameforge, I'm pretty sure we'll actually get more details. For example, there will be later another Q&A session, a housing session, and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So we would like to give you as
accurate.
accurate
Yeah,
information as possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is Tracy's post that is gone up 6 hours ago. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but Tracy, you have given us details regarding the three life skills: fishing, cooking, and crafting. So I'm actually going to read this out, Titus, so we can get a understanding on what life skills does.
Yes, please.
Right. So before I get a little bit of water, okay. So each skill has its own level, but there is no level limitation of for what you can fish, cook, or craft. However, at lower levels, the material you gain from open world uh, will be untradeable. Higher skill level also grant you skill points that you can freely assign to for various buffs. This is a little bit unique here. Uh, so we
Yeah.
can trade materials at the higher level, the higher level we are, and we can put skill points on buffs. So this is interesting and it can be diversified in various ways, right?
Yes. Yes. A lot
So
of
you want to read out the fishing?
yeah, sure. So okay, fishing are important ingredients for the cooking food. You can fish in area with water, but useful fish product only comes from a certain spot in the water area. There are two types of fish spots: blue and gold.
Yeah,
Blue spots are blue spots are personal spots, while gold spots are publicly shared. I am presuming that spot will be instance based,
probably housing
kind
instance or something like that.
kind of
Yeah,
instance based. And blue spot is fresh bi-weekly,
bi-weekly to weekly basis.
bi-weekly to weekly basis, while gold spot refresh slightly faster. Different maps have different fish products. Each fish spot has a fixed type of fish production. You can preview the product from a spot by hovering your mouse on it. You can get extra product other than fish if you are lucky enough. Again, luck is a factor here. Okay,
Yeah.
they should make a luck factor in the boss drop also, so we can get good loads.
And what about the people that do not have good luck like me?
Oh, don't worry, you will have good lucks.
All right, continuing.
Then there are super rare gears with special stat combos that can only come from fishing. Okay, wow. So basically, you are fishing somewhere and you might get a shoe instead of a fish. Yeah. There are also housing item and extra products as extra products. Yeah. There is a set of gears basically for fishing. This gears set grants you higher abilities. They can be crafted from recipes brought with fishing coins. You can earn fishing coins if you fish with a special bet. There are also daily fishing tasks, weekly fishing events, and earning more fishing coins.
Yeah. Now, cooking is an important life skill for better battle performance. It uses ingredients you get from fishing, gathering, and hunting. There are different recipes for PvP and PvE, which the food grants you different stat boost. Most recipes can be bought from general store or the ration store, but some might may only be looted from raids and dungeons. Cooking is 100% success. Wow! And you may gain double products sometimes. It is also possible to get higher quality food, basically higher stats, given luck again. A higher skill level in cooking can grant you higher probability in these events. Skill leveling XP is usually from learning new recipes and cooking more food. Interesting, right?
Hmm.
Let's go into crafting. Go on, Titus.
So crafting we have is divided into three sections. So we have gathering, hunting, and crafting itself. All share the same skill level, and XP are gained from all activities. Gathering, like fishing, there are different products on different maps. Products are separated into blue and gold again. Huh. The amount of blue products refreshed depends on your account activity last week. This is
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
Product from gathering have three levels: crude, refined, and essence. You can turn two crude products into one refined and turn three refined into one essence. Okay, this is nice. With some auxiliary materials. There is also a set of gears for gathering, and the recipe for this gears can get with luck from gathering activities. Wow.
yep.
So if is someone is not lucky, they will not get the gear. This gear set grants you buff for higher efficiency gathering. Hunting. You can get chest from hunting in different maps. Each map has its own chest containing certain products only. There are material chest and ingredient chest. Ingredient chest yields what you need for cooking. A material chest is a complement list of materials that you cannot get from gathering, and auxiliary materials for extracting higher quality. And we go into crafting. You can craft all kinds of things, including gear, enchants, and poisons. This usually needs product you get from gathering, hunting, and rare materials looted from dungeons and raids. Most things craftable are tradable, but there are exceptions to this. What are those exceptions? They have not mentioned it.
Probably, like, there are a couple of stuff that we have already seen in the that comes into non-tradable parts. So, yeah,
Hmm.
for example, when you are in a dungeon, the loots that you get, you can
So
trade the gears between your teammates for
yeah.
sometimes. But
So apparently, from uh, all this crafting as well, luck is a major factor. So if you get the gear, huh, pump it with luck.
right uh, now, a little bit information from the players again is that you can party with friends and quest together throughout the entirety of story and leveling. That is possible.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I asked. They have done it other similar games I have played. So if you are party with a friend
yeah,
and you start together and you are doing a story, so that story will be completed for both of your characters.
that is something we'll have to see whether that works here or not.
Yeah, so that is we have to test for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something else
Even though
we
they are
know.
saying that we can party throughout the game,
Yeah,
we want to test that if it works on
definitely.
every instance of the game.
Yeah, definitely. There's also another factor of the game that is that there is a mentor-mentee system. So your relationship with your friends, uh, that also matters. The more you do daily quests and other activities with your friends, your relationship increases, and I believe that gives some sort of boost or bonus or something like that. Uh, that has a like an also mentors can send their gears to mentees. That is also possible. So these things are a couple of stuff that are important, and but how to get all this done, we still don't know. We'll actually have to see this how the stuff are done here. But these are the few details we know. Next detail that we talked about that came from Coffee regarding PvP. The different PvP stuff are there. If you want to recapitulate a little bit,
Different PvP steps. Okay, now here I have a little bit less knowledge on this. I have to agree with that. I'm not too fan of PvPs, so I will turn it over to you, Oren.
all right, all right. So from Coffee, the information I got, the Coffee is someone who's playing mainly PvP in HCN server. She's a Reaper and a Fox main in there, and you can find her on her Twitch channel when she's streaming. Of course, I'll be giving her link in the descriptions below. She said that there are two types of like if you want to categorize it as a reward aspect, there will be two types. One is your daily and weekly PvP, and the other would be your ranked PvP system. So in your daily and weekly, you'll have several different kind of PvPs. You have your 3v3 PvPs, 5v5. There's 100v100 PvP, 40v40. I think that also exists, but we cannot confirm that yet. Uh, but I do know that 100v100 exists. Whether we are getting all of those in our version or not, we still don't know. But these are the versions that exist in CN server. There's also 150 versus 150. However, you actually have to register for that event. That um, happens um, when a lot of a certain number of people registers. So that because the rewards are much more versatile and has a far-reaching consequence of these rewards. So those are very much depending upon how many people can get into that. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we will have problems with 100v100.
Then there's of course, there's also in a 3v3 among normal, other than normal 3v3 daily PvP, there's also an aerial PvP where you use gliders or like a train or something like that and wield that. So it doesn't matter whether you have PvP gears or not for that mode, but you need proper PvP gears for the other modes where you are fighting, not your some sort of mount or glider or something like that.
Yeah.
Then we have, let's talk about the ranked PvP version. Uh, there are basically two alliances, a blue alliance and a red alliance. Uh, the ranked PvP, you join one of those alliances and your standing affects the alliance standing. Uh, right
Mm.
now, the sixth season is going on in the CN server, sixth PvP season on the ranking season,
Yeah,
and
but from what I gather, they might start anew with the Western release.
probably. And I'm not. I definitely don't think we're going to get the ranked PP at the very beginning because yeah, that is not. But we'll see whether we get or not.
Yeah.
Something that recently came with this season, with the sixth season in CN server, is the team aspect in ranked. So generally in the game, a team is 5 players unless an activity specifies that there will be, like for example, 3 players or 10 players or 20 players or 100 players. Otherwise, a team is basically 5 players. um, I think there's a one tank, 3 DPS, and one healer, right, Titus?
Yes.
Yeah. So that when that is so you register as this team uh, in the ranking match. In the like, there's a team registration form portal there, and you basically register there. Uh, you can register in more than one teams with your separate different characters. That is also possible. Uh, and of course, your team standing. First, that standing, you actually have to be daily PvP participant in order to get the rewards for the standing.
Yes.
You have
Uh,
to, yeah,
yeah. Even if you
if you are part of the team, or you
no,
will
even
not.
if you break that cycle one time, you have to start anew.
Yeah, that as well. Um, that might actually change a little bit, but we'll have to see how that
Yeah.
works here. Uh, if you play currently, if you play more than 10 times, or rather, if you win more than 10 times, you will get an additional reward from where you have a chance to get higher gear score gear. So basically, the gears here are we have gear scores, and every update basically will increase that. Uh, Other than that, there's also the final standing reward. You will get emotes, you will get special effects and stuff like that from your standing. Uh, and top players has a chance to get uh, high gear score,
High end
PvP
loot,
gears,
not
not
PvP
loot,
gears
PvP gears. Yeah,
with the coins.
yeah. So yeah, that is what I know and what I remember from what Coffee told me. Uh, you can obviously go to her stream and check her out, ask all the questions PP related. She is very patient and answers all the questions. Be patient with her because her stream sometimes
Yeah.
disconnects a lot due to the system, the software she uses. Yeah.
I We don't exactly know what is the mechanism. What is the mechanism when a player disconnects? So we
No,
cannot
no,
say.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about the game disconnection, but the stream disconnection. The stream basically lags off due to connection issue with the
Oh, okay.
server side. That's a different case altogether. But all this information are from the current CN server and with the current sixth season. These will definitely change. For example, we are probably not going to get the teams at the beginning at all. So these will again always subject to change, and we will actually get some detail from about PvP in a couple of streams from Gameforge. I
Yeah.
believe they had said that in the last stream, right? In a
Yeah, they have confirmed us that they will be
PvP
showcasing
during the betas. Yeah,
yeah, PvP during a few streams down the line.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, we'll be getting as soon as we get the information regarding those, we'll be forwarding it towards to
yeah,
you in a concise manner.
yeah. So that is it for our all these things. Now let's end wrap this up with our expectations. That is what to expect from this game.
So far, uh, it's looking good. Okay, if they can uh, maintain this run, I say
Yeah,
the game is looking good so far. Okay, I can expect a lot of things from this game. A lot of expectations are there. They are not much too hyped, so we can safely say that they are working on it.
yeah,
Okay, they already came clean with what they are doing exactly.
yeah.
Okay, so I kind of have good expectation for this game.
For me personally, I really want them to succeed because years of years we are literally watching, especially MMOs, to fail, and even if they are not failing, they are not really like there's a certain hype period, and then people are like, okay, we are this is getting boring and it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah,
So I want them to actually put like the update paces be constant. There would be no no, there in even in the future we should not have any sort of uh, advantage for paying anything, as they're saying. I hope they can keep doing this,
Yeah.
because if they can, then this will be a mark of, like, yeah.
Yeah, if they can keep the business model like this, it will be awesome.
Yeah. So
Like how Guild Wars is doing.
Guild Wars has a separate business model, and
No, I know Giver has a separate business model, but
what
it
why
is
I do not why I
kind
do
of
not
kind of
similar,
similar.
but not so similar as well. Why is
Yeah,
it? Because Guild Wars gives certain items uh, for through the cash shop that gives actually gives an advantage. Those infinite amount of
that doesn't. It's not like advantage. You can
still,
basically.
like, it's a little bit advantage from other people, and also that they use this system for DLCs. Now I'm really
Yeah,
just
that is one thing I kind of not agree. You have one time pay, you
yeah,
give the DLC for free.
yeah, and that's what we need to see what Swords of Legends Online does. Whether,
Yes, yeah. One of the people did ask about this,
yeah, so
but
we'll see what they answer
yeah,
for this.
yeah.
So this will be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us, and
Stay tuned for more
yeah,
information, more upcoming information. As soon as we get the info, we'll get it to you.
yeah. Be sure to join on the official Discord of Souls of Legend Online. Follow their official Twitter, and then you can go to their YouTube or Twitch page to take a look at yesterday's streams, as well as the other class release reveal trailers we have shown, and other stuffs as well. I'll be putting a beta key giveaway that they have, that the Soul of Legend official has given to us. That link will be in the descriptions below. And while you're at it, do follow me on the socials as well. You'll know when I'll be doing more videos or more gameplay, more testing, and more details on new and good stuff. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the future. Good night.
Good night.